Hi, and welcome to my little piece of RV heaven. I'm Brian Lewis, Navy retiree turned professional photographer. Today we'll see just how easy it is to cover your trailer, provided, of course, that someone else is doing the work. Like most first-time RVers, I've always wanted to do this. It was really something that I was excited about. I wanted to get out and travel America and see all these places that I'd only seen in magazines and on TV. And about a year ago I got my chance. I bought my first travel trailer, which is a Forest River Cherokee 264L. It's a really nice couples trailer. But I didn't really know much about RVs, and of course you can only learn about them through experience. Fortunately, traveling around the country affords one major benefit that people just really don't think about. And that's the benefit of being able to talk to other RV owners. And I've had the chance to stay now at well over 30 RV parks and RV sites of some kind or other, whether it's dry camping or full hookups. And I'd have to say, by and large, that the experience of being near other RVers really improves your ability to understand your RV and make decisions about what's good and what's not good for it. So among those things that are good and not good, obviously winterizing makes sense. Nobody wants their pipes to burst. But few people think about a cover until it's a little bit too late. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my cover, why I bought it, and while I'm doing that, you can see Kevin put the cover on the trailer. Now as you're watching this, take a peek at my neighbor's trailer, right next to me. It's the one with all the dirt on the roof. Looks like maybe a combination of dirt, mold, and mildew. Now mind you, I don't know who owns the trailer next to me. I've never met my neighbor. And I really hope he's not watching, because that would be embarrassing. But the truth of the matter is, I really thought I'd have to sell the concept of buying a cover for your trailer. Not so much. I think if you look at two trailers side by side and you see one that is normally not covered and one that is, all of a sudden you want to buy a cover. You really do. There's no question that it keeps your trailer much cleaner and free of the things that are bothersome to people like mold and mildew. So just a few quick things about how I arrived at my cover selection. First of all, once again, I really don't know much about RVs in general. And of course, every park that I went to, every site that I stayed at, nobody really had their RV covered. Why would they? They're out enjoying them. But I did come across a few RVers and asked them how they arrived at their selection. I think it's pretty much the same way I did. When they bought their RV, they decided that they wanted a cover, and so they bought one, and usually one that was available right there in the place that they bought their RV at. And that was very much the case for me. I would recommend against that, having spent about $100 too much. Now that's not to say that I didn't get a good RV cover. I did. I bought a Classic Industries Poly Pro 3 deluxe cover. It's sized for trailers between 27 and 30 feet. I have a 28-foot trailer. I won't go into all the details about how you should measure one, but suffice it to say, it's pretty obvious from watching the video here that the trailer needs to be able to cover, the cover needs to be able to cover your trailer from bumper to bumper. You don't need to be able to cover things that are already covered, like your propane tanks or your power jack, which should have its own cover. And that makes it obvious. So you measure exactly what is going to be covered. You won't go wrong there. Once again, my trailer is 28 feet, 27 to 30 feet ensures that I'll have probably a little bit of hangover, and you can see now that Kevin is putting the cover in place that it fits just about right. Now, before anyone asks, why not just use a tarp? In my research on YouTube, I looked at a lot of videos where people talked about what a great idea it was and how easy it was to cover their trailer or their RV with a tarp. And then I also looked at some of the industry videos that talked about why that wasn't a good idea. And I think it was pretty clear that, and it's certainly clear to me, that a plastic tarp that doesn't breathe is not a good idea. Sure, it's cheaper, it's a hell of a lot cheaper. And it does cover and protect your RV from rain, but your RV is already protected from rain. What you want to protect it from are things like mold and mildew. You want to protect it from dirt, dust, and the elements. A purpose-built, breathable cover is well worth the money. This particular cover sells right now for about $250 on Amazon. So what justifies the expense of a cover like this for me? There are several things. First of all, as I mentioned, it's breathable, so the chances of mold and mildew collecting underneath it are very slim. If you'll notice, the top of it is white. That makes it really light and airy inside of my RV when I do go inside the zippered entry. And it's adjustable, not just adjustable, but once it's adjusted, it's really very wind tight. And so it's a great cover, it's durable, and I'd have to say overall, well worth the money.
Hi, Kevin Kev, man, the hard to see it. Our favorite rapper right now. Who's your favorite MC right now?
Now, when you're putting the darn thing on, here's my best advice. I'm a 60-year-old guy who doesn't jump up and down on ladders as often as he used to. Hire a younger guy. In my case, I hired Kevin. Kevin is a Renaissance man. He's great. He's a rap artist who does all kinds of handy things in his spare time. And since we knew each other, he agreed to get up on top of my trailer. My trailer doesn't have a ladder, and it's not designed to have people on top of it. I'm 200 pounds, Kevin's about 150, soaking wet. So he's a much better choice for someone to get up on top of the RV than I was. How do you actually install the cover? Well, except for the part where Kevin put the 15 to 20 pound bundle of cover on his shoulder and walked it up to the rooftop, you've seen the whole thing. This is it. There isn't any more. He simply spread the thing out, determined which end was the front and which was the back, and then he proceeded to once again determine which is the top or inside and which was the outside. The outside, of course, is the part that has all the straps that you need to tighten up, so that was easy as well. Once that was determined and he spread it out and put it all over the sides, it was just easy breezy, and as you can see, it's all done in 10 minutes.